Hello, my name is Sebastian Spiegel and I'm going to show you our little tool called CANbus event for Ventuz. It can send CANbus messages to your Ventuz scene, so you can control your Ventuz scene with your car's knobs and sensors. And this is how the hardware looks like. It's a USB to CANbus adapter and it hooks up to your CANbus. No matter which car you have or your control, nearly every car since 2006 has a CANbus. So, I already created some project data, as you see here, some events and floats and integers. And here, this is our CANbus event tool. The first thing I do is I hook up to this machine. In this case, it's a single machine, no multi-machine system. So, and you already see incoming CANbus messages, and in this case I filtered out some messages because it would just be too much traffic on CANbus to show this tool effectively. So, a CANbus message always has an ID, a length and a data. In this case it's 8 bytes, and for this case, ID 240, for example, is coming from the door on the left side, and the first byte is telling us if the door is open or closed. And to send this as an event to Ventuz, I already created it here, I simply double-click and enter the remote value here. It's door left. Save. And as you see, the event is fired and also the argument, the first byte, is sent with it. And you can see that in the expression. But this expression cannot only be a single byte, it can also be a complete expression, and I'll show you that on this message. ID 173 is coming from the steering wheel, and the steering wheel data is actually the first and the second byte together are an integer, which represents the steering wheel position. So, what we do is, the first byte is the high byte, the second byte is the low byte, so we do times 256 plus B2. And I also know that the steering wheel is isn't sending full degrees, it's sending degrees divided into fifth. So we do by 50 and we send it to steering wheel. Steering wheel, oh, don't forget the dot. That's a convention from the Ventuz remoting. Save, and you see we get the steering wheel position. And inside Ventuz you can, for example, hook up a rotation, and then you see this is the steering wheel position. Of course, this is I'm emulating the CANbus message now because I've got no car in the office at the moment. But you see that's what it would look like. You can also split up one message into different remote values. So if I want to have, for example, byte 4 sent to a different remoting value, you can simply create another one. Double click on the message and we choose, for example, byte 2 in this case, because byte 4 or 5 will have nothing in it, so we just choose the low byte, and we will send the low byte, for example, to this timestamp value over here. Timestamp, don't forget the dot, and as you see we get the second byte into this value. And of course in the end you can load and save the events. And future versions will also have scene data, so you're not going to send it to a certain machine and project data, you will send it to scenes. And I'm going to integrate the CANbus as well, which is quite handy to get data from the climate control or seat movement and stuff like that. That's it, and bye-bye.